morning, everyone. Can you hear us there at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good morning. My name is Judge Ruppe, and you're all here this morning for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested for. As you stand before me this morning, you're considered not guilty of what you've been charged with, and that status will stay with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by you if you appeal out your case, or the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you are arrested on a warrant or a new charge. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pre-trial release which will be imposed upon you. I will also determine this morning whether you'd like the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You are entitled to have an attorney represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office for you this morning. You are also entitled to make a phone call. If you haven't been able to call anyone yet, friends, family, or your attorney to let them know where you are, please let me know that, and I'll make sure you get that phone call today. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. Anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be used against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Swear or affirm the testimony before the court this morning will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. As I call your name, please come forward to the podium. Tatiana Collardi. Hi, Ms. Collardi. Can I have your date of birth, please?
2/11/1998.
You are here this morning for possession of paraphernalia. The bond is currently $2,000. I did find probable cause for that. Did you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the Public Defender's Office?
Public defender.
Okay. Does she have a prior record state?
Judge, she does not. At this time, the state's willing to offer time served on these charges.
Okay. Did you just resolve your case today with time served for the, 2 days that you have in the Hernando County Jail? You want to go ahead and do that today?
Ma'am, can you repeat it?
You can take care of your case today for time served, which means you get out of jail today. You don't have to come back to court. You don't have to do probation or anything like that. What do you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Do that? Okay. There's going to be fines and court costs in the amount of $503, $518. Yes, $518. Is that okay? You're going to come down to the clerk's office at some point this week and make a payment plan for that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You understand by taking a plea on this case today that you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
You're giving up your right to confront witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. You want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes.
Okay. With regard to this possession of paraphernalia, you want to plead no contest? I mean, it's just a plea in your best interest?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. Search it?
I have two.
Yes, there are.
Okay. So the fines and court costs are actually about $600, okay? So we're going to adjudicate you, can we do a withhold?
We can do a withhold with the time served.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
We'll just do a withhold and $606, and we'll note 2 days time served, okay? So you got to make your way down to the clerk's office and make payment arrangements for that, and you're releasable now. Okay?
Thank you.
Christy Jackson. Good morning, Ms. Jackson. Can I have your date of birth, please?
1/24/1983.
All right, Ms. Jackson, you were here this morning for a domestic battery charge. I did find probable cause for that. Do you want to hire somebody? Do you want to represent yourself, or do you want the Public Defender's Office?
Public defender, please.
Okay. Ms. Jackson, I have an address for you on Mountain Dove Road in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
2014.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a middle school science teacher at Hernando Christian Academy.
Okay. All right. Can we go? Can you guys approach me? Science teacher. We're going to go ahead and do that. was rejected.
Yeah, she has no criminal history, so
So Robert Red removed the $50 bond and contact number.
that's perfectly fine.
And that was checked with the
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Jackson, what I'm going to do, the state's telling me that you have no prior history. I'm going to set your bond at $50.
Thank you, ma'am.
I need to hold you until 4 o'clock today, though, in case Matthew wants to file an injunction against you. An injunction is a civil document. That civil document will say exactly how many feet that you need to stay away from him, his house, his work, or anywhere else that he may frequent. I don't know whether he's going to file that document or not, but if he does, they need to be able to know where to find you. Do you have someplace else you can go other than Mountain Dove Road?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you need to find someplace else to go, okay? So you might want to contact some resources out there, some friends, relatives, and see if someplace else you can stay, because if he's at that Mountain Dove Road address, you can't be there while this case is pending, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm going to hold you to 4. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Michael. That means do not call him, or Matthew, I'm sorry. It's Matthew, right?
Yes,
Matthew.
ma'am.
Do not call him, do not write him, do not email him, do not have any contact with him whatsoever. You can't have anyone else call him, write, or email him. If you see him out somewhere, you should turn around and go the other way. If he calls you should really hang up the phone. What I'm going to do, is this the Judge Hitzman date that I have?
110.
Is that Judge Hitzman?
That's it.
Okay. Ms. Jackson, I know that you and I know each other, so I'm going to make sure that you're on another judge's docket, okay? I'm going to put you on Judge Hitzman's docket for January 10th at 9 a.m.
Okay.
And you said you wanted me to appoint the public defender, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, when you do get out, you want to get in touch with them so you can ask them some questions about your case, okay?
Thank you.
All right, good luck. Julie Stakowski. Hi, Ms. Stakowski, what's your date of birth?
11/18/73.
All right, you were here this morning for a retail theft. The bond is currently $500. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
Representative for the public defender to represent you, state?
Judge, based upon her, what I have in front of me is no history. State's willing to offer time served and reserve on any restitution.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and take a time served disposition today and get out of jail today?
Yes, ma'am.
I can't hear you. Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, you understand by taking a plea on this case today that you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Giving up your right to confront the witnesses against you, giving up your right to call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. Want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. With regard to this charge of petty theft, how do you plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
I accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. I'll give you a withhold of adjudication. They're going to reserve and restitution. So if there is any restitution on your case, you'll be getting something in the mail indicating that you need to pay that. I don't know whether there is any or not, but you're also going to have fines and court costs in the amount of $620. We're going to note the 2 days time served. So I'll give you a withhold. You need to come down to the clerk's office sometime in the next couple days and work out a payment plan for all of those things, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Jason Britton. Mr. Britton, could I have your date of birth, please?
August 28th, 1985.
Okay, you were here this morning for a violation of probation. It's currently no bond. And that is, there's also a hold out of Citrus County. I guess I just need to advise you of that. But with regard to the Hernando County violation of probation, we're going to keep that at no bond. Do you want me to appoint the public defender to represent you, or do you have a private attorney?
Do I have a probation violation in Hernando? I think it's in
Right here is
Citrus.
Hernando. Is there a Pasco one?
It's Citrus.
I saw a Citrus, but I'm looking at a teletype that requested her agent in
The
Hernando County.
PC we have is a citrus.
All right, let's just confirm. You guys want to see the teletype I have?
The only Hernando County case we have is a misdemeanor from 2016, but that's closed.
Okay, so then all we're looking at is the Citrus County thing. Right? Yeah.
It looks-
I don't see any
actually-
Pasco.
Judge, it is a citrus case.
Okay.
It's the 2016 CF 708 out of
All right.
Citrus County.
Okay, so out of Citrus County, they want no bond. What's going to happen is we're going to keep it no bond, and they're going to have 5 days to come pick you up, okay? They're going to pick you up when you get
Yes,
over
ma'am.
there. You can ask them for an attorney and a court date.
Okay.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Kristen Bolster.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Mr. Bolster. Can I have your date of birth?
1/14/73.
All right, you were here today for a domestic battery charge. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender, please.
Appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State.
Judge, I just have a history from the 90s out of California that includes a robbery conviction and some theft charges that I do not have dispositions on.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bolster, I have an address for you on Breakwater Boulevard in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
5 years.
Okay, do you have a job?
Self-employed.
Alrighty. All right, I'm going to set your bond at $500. I'm going to see you back to court on January 10th at 9 a.m. I'm going to hold you until 4 o'clock today. In case the victim wants to file an injunction against you. If you get that injunction paperwork, it'll be very specific as far as how many feet you need to stay away from Lisa, from her home, her residence, or work, or anywhere else that she may frequent. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Lisa whatsoever. Do not call her, do not write her, do not email her. Any way that you can imagine having contact with Lisa. It is Lisa, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Just check, make sure. Yes, Lisa, okay. Any way that you can imagine having contact with her, I forbid you from doing so. If you do have contact with her while this case is pending, you'll be held without bond and charged with another crime. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have someplace else you can go? You can't go back to Breakwater Boulevard if she's there.
No, I don't.
Okay, you need to find someplace else to go, and you're not to go back to that residence. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. You got to come back to court on January 10th at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Matthew Kenworthy.
Morning.
Morning, Mr. Kenworthy. Can I have your date of birth?
9/20/72.
You were here this morning for a burglary of a structure. I'm sorry,
I
attempted
guess,
burglary
yeah.
of a structure and a burglary of a dwelling. The bonds are currently $15,000 and $5,000. I did find probable cause for both of those. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Yes. Public defender.
Appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Judge, out of Florida, I have he's got 3 states here. In 2013, I had a Bat Leo in which he was acquitted based upon, it looks like, a plea of insanity, Judge, just for the record there. 2013, there's also the resisting with violence on that. In 2010 and 11, I have batteries that were ultimately dismissed. That's out of Florida. And then in 2007, out of Georgia, I have a theft that I do not have a disposition on, and that's all I see at this time.
Okay. All right, Mr. Kenworthy, I have an address for you on Hickory Ave in Jensen Beach, Florida. Is that where you live?
Yeah, Jensen Beach.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
10 years?
Okay. Have you ever lived in Hernando County?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have a job?
I do.
What kind of work do you do?
Marketing.
Okay. All right, I'm going to keep your bonds the same at $15,000 and $5,000.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to see you back to court on January 9th at 9 a.m.
Okay. Am I going home? I don't
That's
understand.
completely up to you. You have a bond, a total of $20,000. You can talk to a bondsperson about that. If you're unable to bond out, someone from the public defender's office will come out and see you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. David Young. Mr. Young, can I have your date of birth?
1/24/67.
Okay, you are here this morning for an assault, a domestic battery, and a tampering with a witness. There currently no bond because they're domestic in nature. I did find probable cause for those. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State the people fire record.
Judge, I do not see a history at this time.
Okay. Mr. Young, I see an address on Old Mill Lane in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
About 4 months, ma'am.
Do you have a job these days?
I think maybe still, I don't know yet.
Okay, what kind of work?
Underground utilities.
Alrighty. Okay, I'm going to set a bond on these cases, but I need to order that you have no contact with the victim in these cases, okay? Cheryl Vilanagi, or however you say that. Don't have any contact with her, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
It means do not call her, do not write her, do not email her, any way that you can imagine having contact with Cheryl. I forbid you from doing so. If you see her out somewhere, you need to turn around and go the other way. If she calls you on the phone, you should really hang up. I'm going to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case she wants to file a civil injunction against you. If you do get that paperwork, you want to read it carefully. It will tell you how far away you need to stay away from her, her home, her residence, or anywhere else that she may frequent. If you do have contact with Ms. Vilanagi while this case is pending, you will be held without bond and you'll be charged with another crime. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond on count 1, the assault at $500. For count 2, the domestic battery at $500, and count 3, tampering, harassing victim, $500. It's a total of $1,500. We'll see you back to court on January 9th? January 9th at 9 a.m. Okay? Joseph Vitale. Good morning, Mr. Vitale. Can I have your date of birth?
7/26/64.
All righty. All right. You are here this morning for an aggravated assault, assault on a law enforcement officer, and 3 counts of threatening law enforcement officers. I did find probable cause for count 1 and count 2. I did not find probable cause for the 3 counts of threatening law enforcement officers. What that means is that they just did not give me what they needed in their probable cause affidavit to show there was probable cause for your arrest on those counts. That doesn't mean they're not going to pursue those counts, and that doesn't mean that they don't have what they need in order to go forward with those. It's just I don't have it this morning. So what I'm going to find is for A and B probable cause, for 1 and 2 probable cause, and then for the 3 counts of threatening law enforcement, no probable cause. Did you want me to appoint the public defender's office, or do you want to hire private counsel?
Public defender.
Okay. I'll public defender's office to represent you. State.
Judge, out of Florida in 2009, I have a battery, no frost. 2005, I have another battery. Looks like it was entered into PTI, resisting violence in 2006, another PTI, and then stuff into the 90s. However, out of Pennsylvania for 2017, in July of this year, I have cruelty to animals, but I do not have a disposition.
Okay. Mr. Patel, I have an address for you on Shady Side Drive in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yep.
All right. Do you have a job these days?
No. I'm on disability.
All right. How long have you lived in Hernando County?
2 years.
Okay. All right. For the aggravated assault charge, I'm going to keep it at $1,000. For the assault law enforcement officer, I'm going to keep it at $2,000. And then for the 3 I don't find PC on, you're going to be ROR on those, okay? So you have a total bond of $3,000. We're going to see you back to court on January 9th at 9 a.m., okay?
Okay.
All right. Did we get everyone at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.